good start there from Sha'Carri Richardson. Sha'Carri Richardson coming better and getting ahead and winning comfortably. A 1 metre win there for Sha'Carri Richardson. 10.83 for Sha'Carri Richardson.
And with that, it's all come full circle. It's the 2024 Prefontaine Classic weekend, one of the most iconic meets in the track and field calendar. And it's just in time for Sha'Carri Richardson to once again become the talk of the town. She toys with the heartstrings every damn year. She wins, she loses, she wins, she loses. To then line up in the hottest 100-meter race of 2024 against the Olympic champ, who is the current fastest woman alive. And that's not to discredit any of these other ladies.
Pretty good start there from Sha'Carri Richardson. Really good start from Julian Alfred. You expect that. Sha'Carri Richardson coming better and getting ahead and winning comfortably. A 1 metre.
Just to absolutely posterize her on what can only be described as the Uno reverse play of the century. 10.83 seconds. She's back in the ring. But for how long? Who really knows? Julian Alfred also put on the burners in second place with 10.93. But truly, the big moment is taking out Elaine Thompson-Herah in almost the exact same fashion she got demolished 3 years ago. And yes, I get it. It's Elaine's opener. But it's a poetic demonstration of how life truly comes full circle. Seriously though, I am extremely excited to see the rest of Thompson-Herah's build up for her title defense in Paris. Because for one, we know how quick she is to get back into her full running. But we also know she's always prepared on the biggest stage. You also couldn't complain about the men's 100 meter. Coleman was just out to race.
Trying to go out there and put together good races and win, and then just letting the time just come when they're supposed to.
And that he did. Flying out the gates, holding on to a 9.95 second time, followed by Omanyala in 9.98. The men's 100 meter just continues to load, and it's increasingly getting faster. Also, it's especially nice to see Omanyala, who usually opens with blistering times, slowly building up with everyone else. It's going to be interesting to see him challenge on the big stage instead of early in the season in altitude with no one else running fast. One of the hottest shit-talking rivalries in track right now is between Jakob Ingebrigtsen and Josh Kerr. Both world champs, both world record holders, both fierce competitors. And it's been brewing for months. Josh Kerr wins races, Ingebrigtsen is injured in shit talks. It's honestly been a bit ridiculous, but we know the caliber of both of these athletes. And today, they finally matched up in a field so stacked, you couldn't even be sure it would be them winning the race. Off the gun, the Terminator Ingebrigtsen moves for the front instantly. By a minute and a half in, there's some scrimmaging, Hobbs Kessler's pushed out, while Ingebrigtsen, Nagus and Kerr make way to the front. The pace is hot, and the bell lap is intense.
250 through 1200. Josh Kerr has taken it to Ingebrigtsen, but he's still there. This would be phenomenal from the Norwegian. This is great running though from Ingebrigtsen. Josh Kerr's battling it out. Ingebrigtsen trying to get there. Josh Kerr heading for a very quick time. Josh Kerr, 3:45.
What a battle. Both commentator and crowd losing it to a new British record. That's a number 6 all-time time. But he's done it while beating 2 of the men ahead of him on that list. So yeah, Kerr wins, but that's Jakob's debut race this season, and in 3:45. This is legitimately just the beginning of many ridiculous battles. The men's 200 saw Bednarek comfortably crossing another W off the bucket list. He is stringing together hot race after hot race, and honestly, he's making it pretty fun to watch track. The Curve Conqueror goes 1989, well under 20, and it was pretty damn smooth. Lindsay looks tight next to him, and King in a neat third for that US sweep. US trials are gonna be absolutely cooked. And now the women's 800. I was wrong. Mora is sweeping Athing Mu and Keely Hodgkinson at the Prefontaine in a couple weeks. No doubt about it. Mary Mora, my favourite heading into this matchup against Keely Hodgkinson, and Athing Mu, who didn't show up again, goes for the classic annoying pacing strategy. Slowing, clumping the pack, being a general nuisance. But it doesn't work against Hodgkinson. She simply goes way wide and bolts it without even looking back.
On the outside as well, but Keely Hodgkinson has done this perfectly, run her own race.
And Mora was left with absolutely nothing to respond. And into a 1 minute 55 second run as well. A 2 second world lead. That's dangerous. Also a cool little 1-3 for the British. Now it's time for the Joe Kovacs show. The men's shot has just straight up been hot lately. Fabry has been edging on 23 meters the last months, yet it's America's second best to blast past first. A flying 23.03 meters.
Oh, that has gotta be around 23 meters.
Just to end up doing it better come round 6 with 23.13 meters. That's literally top 2 all-time territory. And more impressively, he absolutely peppered the 22 meter plus line. Every single throw would have won this competition. He swept the entire comp. And then that clearly wasn't good enough, because he went and hit the weight room post-competition. Shot putters built different. Now I do apologise for being a certified distance idiot, but Kenya's Beatrice Chebet demolishes the women's 10k world record. And it wasn't even officially a part of the Diamond League program. So here's some footage from the stands. Also, I'm pretty sure this was Kenya's 10k Olympic trials. This absurd run makes her the first woman to break 29 minutes in the 10k, and by 6 seconds at that. Also, fun little fact, this was her first 10k since 2020, so a pretty neat 4.5 minute personal best. And lastly, amongst all the crazy, the men's 110 hurdles saw Grant Holloway finally lining up against Daniel Roberts, who has thus far been undefeated against every top hurdler in 2024. That is, of course, except Grant Holloway.
Good start from Holloway, bad start from Parchment. This one, and moving further away, we can hold this together. Holloway's leading this one and winning by a metre and more. 13.03 seconds, a smoking Millwood lead. And again, he shotguns a bear off camera because track ain't no fun. And that was that for the 2024 Prefontaine Classic. But of course the insanity doesn't stop there, because out in the land of superhuman college athletes, the NCAA hosted their East and West qualifiers, where the top athletes from each coast battled for a spot at the NCAA Division I Championships. So in saying that, most of the performances were pretty average since most athletes were just aiming for the qualifying spots and nothing extra. 6 sub-10 performances. What the absolute? The East saw Favour O'Shea take the men's 100 metre, 9.94 seconds, an official wind legal PB, but not without another 8 guys going sub 10.1. While the West was blessed, or cursed depending on how you look at it. UK's Louis Hinchliffe leads the charge in a style that you can tell is coached by Carl Lewis, because by 50 metres, he's just running away with it. 9.84 seconds, the fastest time all conditions this year. Yes, every heat was a 2.5 wind minimum, but these are students we're talking about. And South Africa's Musa Wanganyi followed in 9.89 himself. Followed by Heat 3, which also saw 2 other runners just casually going sub 10.
That's a good 100 meters.
And you know how it goes at this point. 5 girls also went sub 11 on the women's side, with 4 of them being legal wins. In the West, it's Oregon's Jaden Mays blasting off like a rocket in 10.83. That equals Richardson from Eugene on the same day, but there was the one wind-aided time. Mays hasn't run sub 11 legally before. But remember, this is the quarterfinals. Come finals, we're gonna get it. Heat 3 also saw Rosemary Chukwuma from Texas Tech pulling off almost an identical race to a 10.88 legally. That's a huge personal best. And what is it with Nigerian athletes going to college in the US and throwing down insane times? Then moving to the East, literally heat after heat, sub 11 times were just dropping. And they also just got consecutively faster as the day went on. First up, Brianna Liston, freshman 60 metre indoor champ with a 10.99. A new name in DeFrand enters the fray, never gone faster than 11.05 legally, just to drop an entire 10th to go 10.94. And in the final heat, Mackenzie Long, who just defended her 200 SEC title last week, also for her first official sub 11, 10.92. You tell me, is this normal? And yeah, sprints just kinda dominated in the qualifiers. Except for one epic field event result. Jaida Ross became the first woman to shot put over 20 meters in collegiate history. And that comes after a long season of constantly banging out records and 19+ meter throws just back to back. But again, this was just a precursor to the NCAA Championships coming June 5th to 8th. A lot of the other events aren't as competitive as the sprints, so they were out there taking it easy, getting that big Q mark, the usual suspects getting their spots. So I seriously encourage you, put an X on your calendar, mark the date. From June 5th to 8th, the NCAA championships are on, and it'll be the highest volume of elite performances you'll get to see this year, besides the Olympics of course. Thanks for watching, see you next time.